Hey guys, this is John at Wimberley's Roots again. I just wanted to post a quick video. A lot of the classes that I teach, one of the biggest takeaways people get is how to properly dice an onion. So I was going to do a quick demo on that. So we'll get started real quick. Whenever I work at a station, I always get myself a wet rag to put down underneath my cutting board. So like you'll notice the cutting board easily slides around now. You just throw yourself a quick damp rag underneath it, and it keeps things a little bit more stable, keeps things a little bit safer for you. So I'm going to show you two different ways to slice or dice an onion. The first way is going to be a small dice. So with an onion, you kind of have two parts. You have the root end that goes underneath the ground. The whole bulb is actually underneath the ground, and then the top part where the green part comes out of the ground there. So the idea is the root end that kind of has little hairs on it, we're going to keep that intact. You're not going to chop that part off. So we're going to slice the top of the onion off, and then you're going to cut through the root end there. So we're going to cut it directly in half, still have all those little hairs on there, all right? And then we're going to take that paper off of it, like so. All right, so once we get all that pulled off, we still got that hairy root end on there. So from there, you're going to do 3 cuts. There's a vertical cut, a horizontal cut, and then what I call a perpendicular cut. And once again, we're never going to cut all the way through the onion. We're going to leave that root end intact. So the first cut is, we can get in close, or I don't know if you can see it very well. We're going to do these vertical cuts. And you'll notice that I'm stopping the knife short of going all the way through. I'm not cutting it all the way through like that because we want to keep that root end intact. All right, so that's our vertical cuts. The next is the horizontal cuts. With this one, you want to make sure you keep those fingers out of the way. I use the palm of my hand and just slice, once again, not all the way through. We're going to stop short. So I'm cutting, but I'm not going to cut it all the way through, right? So with those 2 cuts, we did those 2 cuts and it's still holding together. Nothing's falling apart on us, right? The last cut that we have is a perpendicular cut. So what it is perpendicular to those vertical first cuts that we did. So we did the first ones that way. We're going to turn the knife 90 degrees and do a perpendicular cut to those. And then what you have is nice diced onions. It keeps everything pretty clean on a cutting board. And you have nice dices, and that can be thrown into a soup or use them for top of a hot dog or whatever you need diced onions for. All right, so that's the first cut. The second cut is what we call a julienne cut, and it's more of like a matchstick, and it's good for like salads, and you could even throw them on top of a hamburger or something like that. For a julienne cut, you do want to cut the hairy root end off. So we're going to chop that part off as well, because we want it to fall apart as we cut it, and we're going to take the paper off. And then I'm going to get it nice and close. You can see with an onion, we kind of have these lines on the onion. They're kind of nature's way of guiding you of where to cut. So we're going to put it cut side down on the cutting board. And you'll notice I'm not holding my knife straight up and down. I'm going to kind of angle it at the same angle as the onion. So as I get closer to the top, the knife will get more and more vertical. So we're going to start there and slice. And what you end up with is what we call a julienne cut, which is these little thin cuts like that. And you'll notice as I get closer to the top, my knife is now vertical. And it's a little hard to cut, you know, because it's a little awkward. So all I do is just turn this back, start back over again, and go all the way till you get to the top. And then you have what we call a nice julienne cut. They all fall apart because we cut that root end off. All right, so that's a quick and easy demonstration on a couple ways to dice an onion. So keep following us on Instagram and Facebook, and I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks.